How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Wonders of the Dot. This time we'll be taking a look at the top 10 interesting facts about the Pacific Ocean. So let's get started. Number 1. The depth. How deep is the Pacific Ocean? The Pacific Ocean is not only the biggest, but also the deepest ocean with the deepest trenches, including the famous Marianas Trench. No, not that one. This one. The average depth is about 3,800 meters or 12,467 feet. Number 2. The Pacific Ocean is shrinking. As a result of plate tectonics, the Pacific Ocean is shrinking roughly 0.5 kilometers squared per year for the last 180 million years as the plates move towards one another. Number 3. Gyres and plastic pollution. Gyres, large circular currents in the ocean, have helped to make the Pacific Ocean the most polluted ocean in the world. The North Pacific Gyre is home to the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, an enormous accumulation of marine debris and trash that circulates in two distinctive zones. A study from 2014 found the Pacific Ocean holds almost 2 trillion pieces of plastic, about a third of all the plastic pollution in the world's oceans. Number 4. The furthest location from landmass. The Pacific Ocean is home to Point Nemo, a pole of inaccessibility that marks the furthest location from the ocean to the nearest coastline. From the Latin meaning no point, Point Nemo got its name from Jules Verne's Captain Nemo, who roamed around the oceans in his submarine. Number 5. Spacecraft Cemetery. Where do all the satellites and spacecraft end up after being removed from the orbit? As satellites fall back to Earth, debris that remains after burning up upon re-entry is buried deep within a remote location in the Pacific area. Number 6. The word Pacific means peaceful. The Pacific Ocean got its name from the explorer Ferdinand Magellan. He called the ocean Mar Pacific, which meant peaceful sea. But if you've ever been to the Pacific Ocean, you know it's anything but that. Number 7. Atolls are coral islands in the Pacific Ocean which are surrounded by a lagoon. Most of the world's atolls are situated in the Pacific Ocean. As atolls are only found in warm ocean water, the southernmost atoll are in the Coral Sea Islands to the west of the Great Barrier Reef in Australia. Number 8. Islands in the Pacific. Most of the islands in the world are found in the Pacific Ocean. There are actually more than 25,000 islands in the Pacific, and most of them are found south of the equator in the southern Pacific. Number 9. Volcanoes. Have you ever heard of the Ring of Fire?
Turn on the Ring of Fire. The Ring of Fire! Oh, you said you could do it. The Ring of Fire!
Most of the volcanoes, actually 75% on Earth, are located in the Pacific Ocean basin. The volcanoes actually form a ring around the basin, and therefore it is called the Ring of Fire. Number 10. The Pacific Ocean is also home to the Great Barrier Reef. This reef is the largest in the world and stretches more than 1,429 miles. There you have it, the top 10 interesting facts about the Pacific Ocean. If you like this video and want to check out more, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.